Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this Sunday with the YFM. I'm Jessica.
I'm Miss Bonnie.
And are you ready to do a joy song with us?
Oh, I hope so.
I
so
hope
ready.
so too. If you're ready, you're going to need to get up out of your seat today. You're going to need those feet on the floor because we are going to affirm our happiness and our health today with the song, Every Little Cell. So we're going to sing through it a few times, right, Miss Bonnie?
We'll do it.
So if they don't know it the first time, they'll get it by the end.
Okay.
But the trick is, we're going to speed up just a little each time. So I don't know if you can keep up with us.
I think they should get moms and dads with them to see if they can keep up too.
Oh yeah, and maybe set up those cell phone cameras and send us in those videos. I think that would be a great idea.
Yes. Okay, here we go.
Every little cell in my body is healthy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. A little faster?
A little bit.
Ready?
Okay.
Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. Woo!
I was so afraid you were going to do one more.
No way!
Have fun.
But
do
if
it
you
again.
can do one
another
more,
one.
do it and send it to us.
And now it's time to begin our sacred space. So even though we're not all together right now, in this moment, as we listen to the chime, our hearts and our minds will be together. So listen to the chime and take some silence.
Isn't that beautiful? I love the sound of our chime. It just makes my heart so happy. And now we're going to light our Christ candle. And let's not forget what this Christ candle is all about, Miss Bonnie. Would you remind me, why do we light this candle?
Well, that candle represents the Christ light that is in each one of us. We're all divine and we all have that Christ light and love in us.
Right in here, me and you and everybody out there. And so together with our Christ light, we're going to bring with us a beautiful, wonderful quality. It can be a 12 power. It can be anything you come up with. We're just going to tell each other namaste. We're going to greet each other with our Christ light and talk about what it is we're bringing with us to this gathering this morning. So, Miss Bonnie, namaste. I'm Miss Jessica, and today I bring wisdom.
Namaste, Jessica. You are wisdom.
Oh, thank you, Bonnie.
Namaste. My name is Miss Bonnie, and I bring joy.
Namaste, Miss Bonnie. You are joy. Absolutely. Isn't she joy? Just look at her. Radiating. I want to know what you're bringing today. So maybe you're watching this live or maybe you're watching it later, but whenever, put in the comments. Tell me, what is that quality you brought with you to our Sunday school today? I would love to know. Together now, let's do our prayer for protection. So let's get our hands ready. I'm going to warm mine up a little bit so I can spread that energy around. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And all God's beloved said, Amen. And so it is. So, Miss Bonnie, last week we talked about the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I'm sure you're familiar. And the way that he used his power of understanding in order to change the world and to empower others to fight to change the world. Especially when it came to equal rights for the Black community. So today, we're going to talk about one of his friends. This guy was named Reverend Jesse Jackson. Have you heard of this guy?
I have another minister.
Another minister, absolutely. And you're going to see a picture of the Dr. King and Reverend Jackson together right now. And they worked so hard together to make change in the world. So Reverend Jackson, he knew that something needed to change. He looked out and saw that there were people from all skin colors, all family backgrounds, hurting and in need of homes, of jobs, and of just equal rights. Because even though they had all these things that were going wrong for them, that where they needed help, they also didn't have the right to vote so that they could elect people who would help them change the world and make it equal for them, where they had the same opportunities. So,
and how long ago was this? Was this a long, long time ago?
Not really that long ago, Miss Bonnie. This was like 1971.
Wow.
And I know for some of us that might seem like a really long time ago, but I think of that's when my dad was a teenager.
Me too.
Uh-oh. Oh man, and
it was ages ago.
It wasn't that long ago, Miss Bonnie. So we tend to think that problems like this happened like way forever ago, but this really wasn't that long ago. Not that long ago at all. And so the Rainbow Coalition started in Chicago. Do you know where Chicago is?
I used to live there.
Yeah, it's like right in the middle of the country, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it started in Chicago, and they called themselves Push, and then they changed to Rainbow Coalition /Push, and their whole purpose was to help these people find places to live, find jobs. They even lobbied to the government for LGBTQ rights, when back then that was a very controversial thing. And in general, they just tried to be this force of love and change in a country that was not very loving towards people that they felt were different than them. They took their fight for rights, not just here and across America, but they also went out into the world.
Wow.
The Reverend Jackson actually went to Africa and fought for rights in South Africa. They went to countries that were in conflict and in war and maybe fighting for equality, and engaged in peace talks. They weren't there to fight. They were there to bring love and bring peace and order into a place that felt like kind of crazy chaos, and that needed that love brought to them. And did you know that the Rainbow Coalition is still fighting for equal rights today?
You know, I think I've heard about that. We can still get involved in that.
We really can. They even have an app, a Rainbow Coalition app, where you can just put it on your phone and help out by sending donations or finding things that they're doing. And I looked on the website, and they have a list. I want to say there were like 15 things that they're still fighting for that still need attention. Because the fight, or would I say the push for love and equality, is something that we really have to continue doing all the time to make sure that everyone is being treated, like we said last week, like it's their birthday, like they're special, and that they matter, because they do. We all do. So, Miss Bonnie, talking about what we just learned about Reverend Jackson, what powers do you think, or would you say, that he activated in his heart in order to make these kind of decisions and this kind of change?
Well, I think in his lifetime and every day, he used all 12 of his powers at one time or another.
Oh my goodness, yes.
But specifically, I think for sure wisdom, to know how to respond to people if they were not being kind or if they were being unfair or hateful. Certainly wisdom. And then for sure, love.
Oh, that love.
Because he really loved things to being. You know, instead of really fighting against things so much, they were just loving everybody who needed that help.
Yes.
And they were looking at what needed to be done and doing that. So rather than opposing somebody, they were just really helping others to the point where that became more powerful than the anger that the other people had.
Absolutely. Because anger is like a match. It lights up pretty quick, but it burns out pretty quick too. Love is like this candle. It's going to light up and it's going to stay lit and it's going to stay strong. And then as we share that love with others and we spread that fire, it continues to grow, and not just in our own selves, but in the people that we touch and talk to.
Yeah. You know, I wonder sometimes in our daily lives, like at school or when we're with our siblings playing, if there's some times when we really need to draw on love. You know, it might be hard sometimes.
Oh my goodness.
How do you do that?
How do you draw on love when it's hard?
Yeah.
That's a really good question. I think the first thing you have to do is you have to get still and quiet. Because I know when I'm feeling upset or angry, it's almost like I've got bees buzzing in my brain. And they're going all different directions and they're making all this noise. And it really makes it hard to think over all the sound of these buzzing little angry bees. So, you know, I've got to calm those bees down, you know, maybe play a little relaxing meditation music. That was my little flute there. And let myself get still so that I can quiet that sound and access, because I don't have to reach out here to find the love. The love is already in here. It lives right in here within that Christ light. It comes from source. And so I just have to get quiet, calm the noise, and pull that love up from the center. And that's how I access love when I'm not necessarily feeling it at that exact moment.
Oh, I love that. That's really powerful. And I've found in my own life when I do that, and when my heart is just filled and bursting with love, that I tend to find others or attract others who feel that way too.
Yes.
So we kind of become a love team.
Yes.
You know?
The Love Club.
Or the Rainbow Coalition.
The Rainbow Coalition, exactly. Because when I looked up love on the Unity website, because I wanted to see what is the exact Unity definition of love, and it said, love means to attract, desire, and unify. I think that is the perfect description of what the Rainbow Coalition is all about. Attracting those that are in need, and also those that can help those in need. And then unifying them in a purpose together to make that change and make that difference. Do you know anybody else who's ever used that power of love and wisdom? Let's not forget wisdom. Wisdom helps love. They're like best friends. They're besties. They don't let go of each other. So anybody else who maybe used their power of love and wisdom to change the world or bring about a new thought process?
Well, gosh, you know, nearly every Sunday when we're together, we talk about the power and the love of Jesus, who is our way shower.
Yes, exactly.
And the wisdom, all of the powers that he demonstrated and taught us, that we have those same powers. And we are Christ-like. We can be just like Jesus and be just as loving and compassionate and forgiving. And he had fun too.
He really did. He really did. And you know what's really cool is, like, Jesus lived so long ago. He walked this earth so long ago, but here we are today, still talking about the message of love, because that's how powerful love is. It goes over decades in time. So even though in the moment you might be thinking, oh, this doesn't make a difference, you just got to give it a minute. It's like planting that flower. You put the seed in the soil, it doesn't pop up right away. You got to give it time to be watered and get the sunlight and to grow into something beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, Miss Bonnie, we talked a little bit about how we can use the power of our love to change the world, and how we use the power of our wisdom with that love. The only other place I wanted to talk about, where can we share that love? Because I think a lot of our friends who are watching go to school. Or if not school, maybe have groups that they go to where you're interacting with other children. How would you use your power of love in school or at the park or on the playground? Is there a way to do that?
Well, I hope that some of the kids at home are going to be putting some of those ideas in the comments field.
Oh,
for sure.
yes. I want to know.
Please do that. And maybe parents, if you've seen your kids demonstrate this, you can actually put some comments in and share with us too. We'd love to hear the stories. I'd say for myself at work and remembering back when I was in school, the power of love for me and the power of wisdom, how I would use that is that if there was ever a kid who was sad or who was getting picked on, and sometimes even the kids who were picking on others, the bullies,
Oh, that's
who were
important.
kind of being mean, to realize that they're being mean because there's something that they're unhappy about themselves or something that they fear themselves. Maybe they don't think that other people think they're strong or smart or whatever, so they try to pick on somebody else. You gotta love them. And so you just kind of look at them, and you don't have to say it out loud, but in your heart and in your mind, you just say, you know what? I can love you too.
Miss Bonnie, when you have love for somebody who is maybe being a bullying type person to you, does that mean you have to just put up with the bullying?
Nope.
Not at all.
No, it's always important to have your boundaries and to remove yourself from a situation if it's not very loving and if it's not a peaceful situation that you want. You need to remove yourself from that. But you can still love the people and just pray for the people who are unhappy and who are making others unhappy.
6 feet of distance loving.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you
Yeah.
gotta love yourself too,
Yeah.
and love yourself, and keep your boundaries. Wonderful.
Yep.
I would like for us to say an affirmation together. I thought something like, I am guided by love and wisdom. Would you say that with me? And would
Yeah.
you guys say that with us all together? I'm gonna do my fingers. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then we'll say it together.
Okay.
And again, it's I am guided by love and wisdom. I am guided by love and wisdom. And I hope that you use that love and wisdom throughout your week. Now let's get ready to make our craft.
Oh, yay.
If you didn't get a chance to come by and pick up a craft kit, or I didn't get to you to bring it to you this week, all you really need to do is get out a piece of paper. You want your markers, your colors, your watercolors is what I was thinking. Maybe you want to paint. Sorry, parents. Let's get out those paints. And let's get ready for our
And
craft.
glitter, lots of glitter. Just kidding, kids. Keep the glitter in the containers. That's for another craft.
Next week. Miss Bonnie, do you know what time it is?
Is it craft time?
It's craft
All
time! Okay, so those of you that were able to pick one up or get one delivered, you should have a little craft box that looks like this. I'm just gonna turn mine over and just dump it on out. You're gonna find lots of fun little things in here. Some are just gifts for you to have. You're gonna have some stickers for you to have. We'll talk about these guys in a minute. But what we're talking about right now is this right here. You should have 2 little love rainbows. How perfect is that? Because what are we talking about today? Love, and the Rainbow Coalition. And so it works out perfectly. And what you're gonna do with this, Miss Bonnie has out her little paint pots there.
The washable paints.
Washable paints,
Uh-huh.
non-toxic and washable.
Yes.
If it says oil paint, put it back. Don't do that. All right, I've got out my markers because I like to use markers because I feel like I can stay in control and stay in the lines a little better with my markers. And all we're gonna do right now, each of you should have 2 in your box. And the reason for that is it's one for you and one for you to give to someone else. Because we're gonna share the love, just like they
Yeah.
do in the Rainbow Coalition. So let's just take some time and let's color in our love pins. And you'll notice they have a little clothespin on the back. So once you get it made, if you wanna pin it to your shirt maybe, or pin it to your mom maybe, just wherever seems like the best place to stick a love rainbow. So let's go ahead and make these beautiful. Oh,
Okay.
I love this. Pretty little hearts. I'm gonna color them in pink. Do you know that song about love, Miss Bonnie, that goes, all you need is love,
Ba 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 da da.
All you need is love.
Ba 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 da da.
All you need is love, love.
Love is all you need.
Love is all you need. I love that song. Although I would say all you need is love and wisdom, right?
Yeah, wisdom. Yeah,
Yes.
love and wisdom are good partners.
They really are. Because it really helps you make those loving decisions in the best way possible. Ooh, I'm coloring my clouds in
Speaking
blue.
of love, I remember Mr. Rogers once. You remember Mr. Rogers?
I love Mr. Rogers.
I do too. And on one program, he was talking about people who have loved you into being.
Ooh, what a beautiful
Now,
way
who
to
are the
say
people
that.
who have loved you into being? Grandpas and grandmas and moms and dads and friends. And
Oh,
the older we get, the more memories I guess we have.
yes.
The people who've loved us into being. Sometimes it almost makes me tear up in a happy,
Yes.
sweet way because I appreciate so many people who've loved me in my life.
Oh my goodness, me too. And when you really think about it, when you're growing up, the amount of people, and even when you're grown, the number of people who love you. Now, Miss Bonnie, I drive a school bus. And I can honestly say that I love the kids that ride my school bus. So if you ride a school bus, think about that. Maybe your bus driver is one of those people who is loving you into being your teacher. Your Sunday school teachers.
Yeah.
I can tell you for a fact your Sunday school teachers love you.
Yeah, for
Love you
sure.
so much.
Yep. And I'm remembering right now Mr. Wilbur. He was one of my bus drivers. He was a sweet, sweet man.
Oh, what made you feel loved by Mr. Wilbur?
Every time when he would open up that bus door, it would be early in the morning, might feel a little cranky or, before school. He was just always the sweetest, kindest man. And he would always say, "Good morning, Bonnie. How are you today?"
Oh,
Made me feel like, he knew my name. He cared about me.
start your day off on the right
Yeah,
foot.
Mr. Wilbur.
Feeling that love. That's how I want the kids on my bus to feel too.
Yeah.
I try to make them feel like that every day. I lost somebody very important to me last night. Somebody who loved me into being.
Oh.
My grandpa. He made his transition and he went to go to the other side, whatever that looks like.
Aw.
And I didn't
Sorry,
get to
Jessica,
see.
you're sad.
That's okay, because even though I'm sad, I can still hold on to all of the loving memories of the things that I did with my grandpa, of him making the most amazing barbecue. Every Christmas we'd go to his house and spend it with him and my Nana, and he loved to cook for us. That was the way he showed his love the best, was cooking and just celebrating with us.
Oh,
And he
that's
was
very sweet.
Dear sweet man.
Well, it sounds like he probably felt very loved throughout his life too by your family,
I think he did. I really do. And luckily we all got to express that love to him and tell him goodbye. And that was such a beautiful thing. Such a beautiful thing. Getting to share and grow in that love and recognize the people that take the time to love you is so important.
Yeah.
Even as an adult, I find that the love that I receive is instrumental. That's a big word, but it really just means it's like, it's important.
Yeah, for sure.
Yesterday, I came home from work and my child, Autumn, who you guys know, my Autumn, left me a note actually right here in my notebook. They left me a note and it was just so sweet and so loving. It says, "I don't know what to say other than I love you. You're my absolute favorite human being on this earth, aside from Jamie."
Oh, that's sweet.
Oh, and
That's
it's
very sweet.
just reading that and feeling the love from my own child. It just
Yeah.
fills me up.
And I wonder if the kids might have some time today to surprise their own parents or people in their life with an unexpected note.
That would be so wonderful
Mm-hmm.
and such a beautiful way to share the love with the people that love you up.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can tell you firsthand, it feels amazing to be the receiver of a gift like that. Miss Bonnie, I'm going to show off my pen real quick. 'cause
Oh, is yours already ready?
I think I might be about done. I just
Okay.
want to kind of
You
fill
show
in.
yours off and I'll try to finish off my clouds real quick.
Okay, I'm just filling in a couple more little rainbow
Yeah.
stripes. I didn't have another bright color, so I'm filling these in with
Yeah.
a brown because that's my last name. So
That's
it's
nice.
it's the brown and colorful rainbow of love.
That's pretty.
Do you like it?
That's really pretty.
And some of the
Ooh,
spots I
yeah.
kind of got the marker in other places, but like Bob Ross says, we don't make mistakes, only happy accidents.
Right. Well, mine is a very happy accident.
That is beautiful.
Using
Miss
paints
Bonnie.
is a little bit more difficult than using the markers, I think.
Well-
But I sure do love it, and I'm going to remember this day and the
Yes.
day that we spent with you all
Absolutely.
every time I look at this pen.
And before we finish everything up, you have one extra little gift in your box. And it just looks like a black heart, which doesn't feel very Valentine-y, does it? That's because these are magic. Did you know these are magic?
Ooh, I love magic.
All you need is your magic wand, which is also in your box. So get your magic heart and your magic wand.
Abracadabra.
And then,
Abracadabra.
well,
no?
it's not like Harry Potter, Miss Bonnie.
Oh.
We have to put just a
okay.
little bit more effort into it than
Okay.
Alohomora.
Okay.
So what we have to do is we're going to take our little magic wand stick and we're going to scratch into the heart. And I think I'm going to write the word love on mine.
Oh, okay, neat. I think I'm going to make another heart inside of this,
Ooh.
and I'm going to write a message.
Okay, so, and I'll show you what happens when you do.
Okay. Wow.
Look at that.
Wow.
The color is coming through.
That's so neat. I can't wait to see what everybody does when they get
Oh,
theirs.
Yes, I want to see, what do you make out of your magical heart?
Are they going to post pictures of what they make with their hearts?
I really, really hope so. I cannot wait to see the kind of creative, wonderful ideas. You know, we did these paper chain people last week, and I was thinking, you know, they're all gonna look pretty similar, but then I got Harlow's picture, which was just these wonderful, long-limbed, pretty, just yellow, happy people. Autumn made these little girls with pigtails. Jamie made these very, very Jamie straight-armed boys that were all very stoic and serious, and we just had so much fun with that. And it's just like, oh wow, look at that. We all made the same thing, but we made it so very different. Oh, Miss Bonnie, I love you too.
You know, kids, even though you're not here in the space with Miss Jessica and me this morning, we want you to know we really do love you. We miss seeing your faces, and we can't wait till we can get back together again and give each other hugs.
And all God's beloved said,
Amen.
Amen.